From News Channel 7, time for 7 First Alert weather.
So our upper air pattern is helping us stay warm and dry, as we've been seeing and we will continue to see, but it's also doing a few different things in some other spots. You can see here that these winds are moving really quickly over the Dakotas, and there's also a low pressure on the other side of that. You can also see also really stable and warm air in portions of the west coast. So as a result of that pattern, we're seeing some different alerts, and you can see all the way from North Dakota all the way south, there's a red flag warning in place because of fire concerns. And this yellow here is actually a high wind warning as well. Now, if we take our attention to our region and more of the west coast, you can see there are some alerts in place. It's really of a fire and ice kind of situation because we're talking about frost advisory and a freeze warning in parts of Idaho. Meanwhile, we're talking about a fire weather watch in portions of Washington, as well as an air quality alert because of the smoke, including this portion of western Oregon as well. So that's kind of the note for our transitional season. With fall, we get those cooler temperatures with the low temperatures closer to freezing, and then still some warm temperatures as well. So fire and ice across the country today. We're also seeing some of that smoke as well, even though we don't have air quality alerts like Washington or Oregon. We're seeing similar concentrations as we go through the day tomorrow. Friday afternoon still looks to be clear towards the central mountains areas, and then again concentrations look to be similar on the western edge of the state. And it stays pretty consistent as we go through Saturday, but it does look to thin just a little bit, just a touch. So here's what it looks like outside with that. Just watch right here towards the McCall area. This is the McCall area. You can see there's still some smoke burning from a prescribed fire. So locally, there may be some higher concentrations of smoke with that. In contrast, as I mentioned, clear in the central mountain areas. You can see Sun Valley, not too much haze to speak of, but definitely some more of the clouds there. And we're going to continue to see these warm temperatures that have been sticking around in clear conditions. You can see just how similar all these temperatures are. Look how similar it is until it's not. Then we get a little bit of a drop down around the 22nd. You can see we dip down into the 60s. That puts us closer to average, which would be 67 degrees this time of year. And we will continue to start to lose daylight and see shorter days. So while we have the warmth and the sunshine, I definitely recommend that we soak it in today. We had 11 hours of daylight, but that will continue to decrease all the way to the winter solstice. Then we flip the switch and start to see more daylight again. But the temperatures that we will see for tomorrow are going to, again, be above average. For many mountain locations, that means highs in the 70s. Definitely a really big swing in Stanley, 71 degrees for the high and 19 for the low. Huge swing in temperatures. But Sun Valley, not quite freezing for their low temperature up there. In the west central mountains, now we're starting to get closer to freezing. We've been saying it's been above freezing, but 31 and 32 degrees for that area. Now, if we go to the valley locations, we're going to be close to 80 again, 78 expected for Emmett. And then those temperatures are again staying a little bit on the cooler side, cooler for fall, but not quite as frosty as we might expect. You can see for the Boise area, those are going to be the lows will be in the 40s, high 40s, but then for western portions of the valley, those are definitely going to be cooler. So areas like Nampa and Caldwell can expect to kind of flirt with that high 30s, low 40s.
But like you said, that was our high at this time last year.
Mm-hmm.
So we're really
big
warm.
difference. The 1 year ago, the high for Boise was 47.
So
today.
wow, that's crazy. Really get outside
difference.
and enjoy
Yes.
it as much as you can.
Right? We might as well.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Sophia, thank you.